Shadow Chancellor Mel Stride.
Mr. Speaker, is that it? What utter complacency. A Chancellor in denial. She speaks of stability. What planet is the Right Honourable Lady on? She has lurched from putting up taxes to destroying growth, to destroying headroom, to coming back to putting up more taxes, more growth destroyed. Round and round we go, like a fiscal twister ripping up everything in its path. And Mr. Speaker,
Sorry. I will hear the Shadow Chancellor, because people need to recognise there's two sides. Let's hear the other side now.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. They just don't like the truth, Mr. Speaker. That's the truth of it. As our economy bleeds out, what does the Right Honourable Lady do? She comes to this House with nothing to say and with no plan. Unless, of course, doing nothing is a cunning plan to avoid those U-turns further down the line. She is weak, Mr. Speaker. She has even stripped the OBR of its ability to assess whether she is meeting her fiscal targets. So, Mr. Speaker, let it be remembered that at this time in this chamber, this weak and chaotic government gave up on the British people. She has nothing to say to us today. This is not a spring statement. This is not a spring statement, Mr. Speaker. It is...
Order. Mr. Gardner, I expect better. We have to listen to you on a Thursday night. I don't need to hear no, Mel Stride.
No, they don't like it, Mr. Speaker. They don't like the truth. This is not a spring statement, Mr. Speaker. It is a surrender statement. At our conference, we set out how we can control public spending. £47 billion worth of savings, especially on the welfare bill. Some £23 billion in savings, because we are a party that believes in work rather than benefits. We are a party that will do something about it. We are the party of work. They are the party of Benefit Street. We will bring taxes down to kickstart the economy, abolish stamp duty, scrap business rates for businesses on our high streets, a £5,000 tax cut for our young people, a cheap power plan. We will fix student loans. We will invest in apprenticeship. And through our golden rule, Mr. Speaker, we will get on top of the deficit. And by doing that, we will grow the economy. That's our plan. What is her plan? The truth, Mr. Speaker, is that she has no plan, or as her Health Secretary said, there is no growth strategy at all. And even if she did have a plan, she would be too weak to deliver it. The psychodramas swirling around Number 10, the almost daily scandals visiting the door of the Prime Minister, the sight of our once person at the highest level within the diplomatic service being carted away in a car by the police, and backbenchers calling the shots. The Chancellor's credibility has gone. The Prime Minister's Chief of Staff has gone. His Cabinet Secretary has gone. But somehow the Chancellor hangs on. But through the chaotic fog, Mr. Speaker, the drums are drawing ever closer. The British people deserve so much better. So for the hard-working people in our country crushed by taxes, by those denied employment, by the farmers and the family business owners who have suffered in fear for too long, for every hollowed-out high street, for every young person robbed of their future, for every elderly person struggling to survive, for the generations yet to come, we say go!
So, firstly, Mel Stride, can I just get a reaction to the spring statement today?
Well, I don't think we really heard much that we didn't already know, which is that the public finances are in a very difficult situation. We know that growth now has been forecast to be downgraded this year compared to the original forecast, and equally unemployment forecast to be higher this year, next year and the year after, and a very anemic growth. What we really needed from the Chancellor was a clear plan to get government spending under control, to get taxes down and get the economy growing.
And so Rachel Reeves was saying she wants to sort the cost of living, and this was a problem that some would say actually began under Conservative government. What do you think the public should believe now to think that you would be any different to Rachel Reeves?
The big distinction between us and Labour is we believe in living within our means, getting public spending under control, particularly the welfare bill. If you get people off benefits and into work, you can use those savings, firstly, to bear down on the size of our debt, which is very costly and makes us fragile, but equally get taxes down, particularly on hard-working people and those businesses that we look to grow the economy.
And would there be a lower minimum wage under the Tories?
Well, we are committed to the minimum wage. We were the party that actually brought in the national living wage, and that's our position.
I don't know if you've seen that Kemi tweeted this, but she said that the spring statement was written by ChatGPT. Would you agree with that?
Well, it was very uninspiring,
Right.
if that's what she meant by it. Absolutely. I mean, Rachel just seemed to stand there, run her finger along each line and read it out. I don't think she gave us much cause for hope, I wouldn't say.
So would you say it was written by ChatGPT?
Well, I don't know. You have to ask Rachel Reeves that, I think. Yeah.
Do you believe the special relationship is ruined? Obviously, Trump said he's very disappointed in Starmer. Does this concern
Well, it's
you?
clearly, yeah, it does a lot.
Yeah.
America is our most important and key ally, and for the Prime Minister, through his dithering around on this issue of Iran and our support for America, has clearly soured the relationship. And I think we should all be very worried about this. This is a time when we need to be standing shoulder to shoulder with our allies. As I have to say, the Australians, the Canadians and others did. We should have done the same.
And just going back to the Gorton and Denton by-election that happened recently, obviously the Tories won just 706 votes. And I saw your column in the Mail on Sunday. You described Reeves as out of touch. What would you say makes the Tories not out of touch?
We're listening very hard to the British people about the things that are of concern to them: living standards, getting lower inflation, creating jobs, getting taxes down, particularly on businesses. And we are making it clear how we can make progress. Controlling public spending, getting those taxes down, getting the debt down. I think that's what people want. They want a credible, grown-up party that has clear, good plans for a stronger economy, and that's what we're focused on.
And if you were in government, what would you do to help struggling grads with their student loans?
So we've made it very clear that under the Plan 2 loans, that's those that were taken on between 2012 and 2023, we would be reducing the interest rate there from RPI, which is a measure of inflation, plus 3%. We're taking that 3% off, so bringing the interest down so there's no real interest rate payment on those loans. And we think that's really important because too many young people often doing degrees that don't actually mean that they're earning lots more money as a consequence, and they're getting saddled up with too much debt. So big, bold offer to young people, along with a £5,000 tax cut on that first job. That's one of our policies as well.
And just briefly on reform, do you believe, as Rachel Reeves said, that Reform UK has become a Tory tribute act?
Well, I think what they are is a bunch of fantasy economists. That's the problem. They went into the last election with £140 billion of unfunded spending and tax commitments. Their offer to pubs and high streets has a £10 billion black hole in it. And yet what we heard the Reform spokesman say on Radio 4 was, well, I don't care about the numbers. The numbers actually matter. We've seen in the past where it leads when you don't care about the numbers. We as a party do. We stand for fiscal responsibility and a grown-up approach to the economy.
Brilliant.